Spencer, it's finished in a goalless draw with Hampton and Richmond. Any complaints about today's result?
You've loaded that, haven't you? I'm going to say with, I hope, the greatest respect. The National League South is not a guinea pig for the FA Referee Association. And if they want to call me, or they want me to go to Wembley to discuss it, I will happily do it. The referee today has, not deliberately, cost us 3 points. She couldn't handle it. Blocking players, didn't know the advantage rule. I've now watched the tape 6 times. That's 2 goals. First goal is obviously down on the linesman, who I've looked it back. If there's anything in it, it's a millimetre. There's no way he can see that. There's 2 Hampton players potentially playing us on for the deflection. And the goal that they disallow for a foul, it's a clean win header, and Hish puts the ball in the back of the net. We are not a breeding ground for referees. I understand there's a rule that referees, to keep their WSL status, have to referee at this level. That's not acceptable. It's not right. It's not fair. There are 1,200 people in this ground, and I'm afraid we were let down by the quality of an official who's come from Sheffield, cost the club £600, I believe, in expenses, was the 3rd official put onto the game, has only done, I think, 4 or 5 National North games, and has been refereeing WSL. And I'm sorry, was not up to the standard. I don't think you'll find Hampton will disagree at all. We've got a 2-on-1 advantage on a foul in the 90-odd minutes. She pulls it back. It's ridiculous. I go up to her and I said, "Do you know the offside rule?" She goes, "I've had enough. That's it. You're booked." I'm afraid she couldn't cope. I'm beyond fuming now. I've seen the tape. I'm not going to make it as an excuse. We had more than enough half chances to win the game. Their keepers made 1 fabulous save. Jack's pretty much had nothing to do. We didn't have enough quality in the last third, so I don't want to make it as an excuse. But watching the tape back, we've scored 2 goals that we haven't had. And why is the National South and North the guinea pigs for the FA? You know, we've had some it's not about gender. We've had some fantastic female referees. We've had some great male referees. We've had some poor referees, you know. But we're not a breeding ground. Let's give it the first National South game. This is a Boxing Day game, a big game. Coming from Sheffield, it's ridiculous. And it's cost us today. And it's not good enough. And it'll be in a full report. But I'm sure nothing will happen. Just so people know, when we do reports, it says, "Do you want the manager of that particular referee to call you to discuss it?" You tick yes, they never call. How do you get a referee here to Sheffield on a Boxing Day? £600. That's the equivalent of 50 paying supporters after that. We've had to pay for that. And it wasn't enough. But very briefly, I thought 2 decent passing sides. I thought that huge plus, really solid clean sheet. Jack hasn't had a shot to save, has he really? By far and away more of the better of the half chances in the first half. Second half, their keeper makes a fabulous save at the end of the first half. We miss a sitter from a second phase corner at the start of the second half. And to be fair, give Hampton credit, they stayed in it, they passed the ball well. Our quality wasn't good enough in the last third, our shooting was diabolical. But then you see the 2 big moments, and we've been let down by that performance. Who then hides behind and wants to book me? Nah, I'm sorry, not good enough. Just not good enough. I made a comment in the managers' meeting 18 months ago that there was at least £30 million in the National League South in that room that day. That's attendances, budgets, sponsors, TV rights. And we're being let down because we're deemed to be the guinea pig for referees that aren't up to it. So get us some referees that can look after. We put in so much time and effort to that, and when the tape comes out, and I've seen it, it's not good enough. But I'm gutted for our fans. The linesman's flag's gone up way too late, and now I've seen it back. There's no way he can call that, and it looks clearly onside by, not by much. It's tight, but you can't give that, and way too late. And the second one's even worse, and I'm afraid she couldn't cope. I mean, it's time their best chance was Hampton is when she blocked our defender. I mean, I'm sorry, not good enough. Not good enough from us, by the way, in the last third, to be summarised. Gutted for the fans on Boxing Day. I wish everybody a happy Christmas. I'm sort of fuming because even though we weren't great, we were much better defensively, much better in midfield against a side that's been in really good form, and we've come away really, really frustrated, Dom.
And in terms of the performance, are you happy with the improvements you've seen after defeats at Maidstone and Torquay in December?
Look, you've got to be realistic. With the greatest respect to Farnborough and to Hampton, we're not Maidstones and Torquay full-time sides. Massive support, and we were found out, quite frankly, slightly better at Torquay than we were at Maidstone. But yeah, look, a clean sheet, hardly gave them a sniff. As I said, I think when the stats come out, we've probably had 20 attempts on goal, but 18 of them are in the stands. Poor shooting, poor crossing, little chips that we shouldn't have done. But yeah, you can take the pluses. We've come away very, very frustrated. As I said, against a really good side, Hampton, they build up well, they play really good football, and so did we, but we didn't have any quality in the last third, to be frank. But you come back and you go, now look at it and go, we've got one, if not two goals there, and we should have won the game. But we also have to take responsibility ourselves to say we didn't do enough. We didn't take enough of these half chances. So their keepers only made one really good save, and it wasn't enough. But there are pluses to take on it. But I'm just so frustrated because we desperately need to win these games. We do need to win these games, and it's definitely 2 points dropped. And I'm afraid I'm going to stand up and be counted, because if nobody says anything, then nothing ever improves. So fine, let's go and talk about it. Let's look at it. Let's discuss it with the referee's assessor. It's not good enough, and I'm sorry, bang out of order at the end. I can genuinely say that's my first yellow card in my entire 27 years. And I just said, do you know the rules about advantage, playing on advantage? She said, that's it, name. Not good enough, I'm afraid. So it needs to be dealt with, because it lets other people down, and very, very frustrating.
How nice was it to have Reggie Young and Ollie Pendlebury back from injury with their first starts in quite a while?
Yeah, look, they both did well. Reggie in particular, obviously, it's difficult. We've got lots of players that are coming back from niggles. I thought the subs, when they eventually came on, it's difficult after Christmas. However much you tell players to look after themselves, it's not easy. They're young men. So I thought both teams tired a bit. I thought the subs did give us a bit of impetus. People were tired. Taylor was left out. We'll put it out there. At the moment, Taylor's loan is running out in the next few days. So he's been fantastic for us. We hope he stays. We're trying, but at the moment, that doesn't look like that's happening. There'll be some statements on Manny coming out in the next few hours. What a fantastic man and career he's had. And we wish him absolutely all the best when you have to look at these things. So look, it's difficult things at the moment, but we gave it a hell of a go. Said lots of improvements, but it's very good. When you're good between the boxes, that's everything. But obviously the key bits are around the box, and we didn't do enough. But when the tape comes out, it is tight. But the second one's worse than the first, and the first is onside. So very, very frustrating.
And looking ahead now, what's the plan between now and New Year's Day away to Bath?
Well, obviously the Bath are resurgent. They've had a massive win today. A new manager. A very, very difficult pitch down there. The forecast at the moment is abysmal. Obviously we've got 6 days. Tough place to go. Again, got to wonder how we're going 2.5 hours from me to Bath. We're in on Saturday. We're in training. We'll prepare as best we can for sure. We'll do everything again down to the players to look after themselves. But look, we're must say now, Happy New Year to everybody. We've had a really good 2024. There's no doubt about it on the pitch overall, from start to finish. Very frustrating. We're competing in a fantastic league with some great people, some great teams, great supporters. Really frustrated we haven't given you the win today, but we're in a great place in a difficult time, and we'll keep trying to progress, keep trying to move forward, as difficult as it is, and we wish everybody involved with Farnborough and everybody else a fantastic 2025.
Thanks, Spencer. Happy New Year for next week, and good luck for New Year's Day.
Thanks, Doug.